short a time with this much openness, with the freedom of information sharing without anybody giving away their intellectual rights, the spirit of collaboration. Tech Beach is genuinely the best thing that I think is happening in the conference space in the Caribbean right now.
Well, I would have to agree with you. I want to know what you thought about the panels, because we've obviously had panels, we've had workshops, and Kyle and Kirk talk about their vision for Tech Beach, and when they started the Tech Beach brand, they wanted no hierarchy system. They wanted everyone to be on a level playing field, and you really feel that when you're in the space. Talk to me about the impact that that's had on you and what you felt in these panels and in these workshops.
Well, if I start there, I'm one step too far.
Okay, let's go back then.
We're just going to take one step back. So we are at Iberostar.
Yes.
And a little shout out to Iberostar. Iberostar they have 3 different properties: Suites, Grand, and Beaches. Or Beaches, Suites, Grand, in that order. And throughout the entire this whole conference, I think you're talking about that flat and everybody is equal. Didn't matter where you stayed, which one you were on. Once you were part of the conference, you kind of felt like you were part of that. So it's you said how did it start off? It started off with, I have a colleague, he's staying in a different suite, and we were comparing notes. No difference. Okay. To wherever you were. So shout out to Iberostar, good job. The other side of it now is when we started, you chose the program, you, the collective you, the Kirk, the Kyle, you chose the program to start off with Richie and this amazing virtual reality interface that he has. And for me, and everything is relevant to the reason why you come to conferences. There is relevance in, if you come to a conference and it's a great conference, but nothing touches you, nothing feeds your interest, it's hard. Still a great conference, it's hard. But from that one, I literally, after Rich's presentation, I think I got my money's worth. I was fine.
That was the first one.
That was the first one. I'm like, geez, it's Friday morning. I mean, Friday morning. Yeah. I'm like, all right, I can go home now.
Next.
No, actually, let me go to the beach. No, I did not spend the rest of the time on the beach. My boss is maybe looking.
He's just saying that because he's on camera.
But it was fantastic because from the start, from presentation numero uno, it was perfect. It set the tone for what Tech Beach was, bringing innovative creators, innovative collaborators into a space where they can see things feel and talk about things that they normally would not talk about. Then the workshops were open, the conversation was free. It didn't feel scripted at any point. It didn't even feel like there was bullet points that were shared with the people, which made it authentic. And that authenticity is what made it work for some of the patrons who are here and kind of, is it going to work for me? But getting that authentic responses and feedback from the persons in the interview sessions was good, but the information shared also then opened up conversation.
Right.
So I'm not sure if at any point that camera panned to the audience at any point. If it did, show that shot. But if it did, you'd have seen people actually yammering and clamoring and having chats in between while the conference was going on. And for that, what it is that, and for that...
We're filming, sorry.
Yeah, and for that, what it is, I'll give them a second and see.
Yeah, we can just keep flowing.
Yeah. And the authenticity of the conversations that were happening on stage, when you panned and you turned to the audience and if you could see anyone, the conversation, it's not that people were having side conversations and not listening. It was inspiring thought. And because you had persons sitting beside each other who may have met outside, having a conversation, something is starting, they then go inside and sit together. It's like, wow, we were just talking about that. This is good. Let's speak some more. Let's get some more information. So yeah, the forums, the conversations were really, really well led. Your moderators, fantastic. And the panels that you put together, I think it was a right fit at the right time, in the right flow for the whole weekend.
In the right space with the right people like yourself.
Well, I'm one of, well, not 1,000, because we weren't, according to Kirk, he's not going to 1,000 yet.
No.
But I was one of a couple hundred people who felt inspired to participate.
Yes.
And that to me is important.
Yes. So Kirk and Kyle are very focused on keeping the atmosphere very organic and very intimate. So they're not going to surpass a certain number because they want to keep the energy as such. And now, speaking of that, in a panel that we just came out of, there was a 13-year-old child that was brought up onto the stage. You have kids, right?
Yep.
Talk to me about the impact that had on you.
So, grown men cry. I'm pointing out, folks, grown men can shed a tear, and it doesn't make us less of a man. It makes us human.
It's healthy.
So this young lady, I think her name is Tara, came on, and her mom brought her to the conference as a young budding entrepreneur.
Yes.
You will see. Just check out that clip on her. You will see that
right.
what she's about.
I'm going to intervene here just for a moment to say that she was not a part of the agenda of Tech Beat. She just came as a participant. And our co-hosts, Dr. Terry Carell and Dr. Malik Yoba, spotted her in the crowd.
And Dr. Yoba forcefully brought her on stage. You know, and again, completely unplanned, but the fact that she was able to be in the room, have that audience. So it's important for us to recognize that whatever we do is for the next generation. I was lucky enough to work, and work with me a second. I'm going to give a short little story here. There's a family called the Stewart family. They own Stewart's Auto Sales here, and when I went to work for them back in 2010. I was tasked with building one of the brands. They had just acquired some new brands, and I was tasked with building the brands. And Duncan and Jackie said to me, whatever you do, I know you're going to do a great job, but just remember, whatever job you do has no bearing on today. We have a family of children who are growing up, and our business has to grow to the point where it can support them, and it's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Today, you saw what it is. The next generation is whatever we do now, we're building for our generation to use and our next generation to build on.
Yes.
And the young lady who, in her own right, has her own entrepreneurial spirit and where she's going, she came on stage and was given the opportunity to help participate in an interview. She was shy. It was completely unplanned, as you said, so she's unprepared. She could have probably used some of the notes, but the fact that she participated well, was assertive, was attentive, and when called upon, made an effort to participate. I think it brought everybody to understand that this is why we're here. A village has taken a young child, put her in a situation of discomfort, I think that's the word, discomfort. And she rose to the occasion.
Yeah. And
not only rose to the occasion, but she has, I think her business will be funded. She has mentors. She has
1 year of mentorship.
1 year of mentorship from one of your founders. I mean, it's amazing.
From Dr. Sarah Haynes, yes, she got 1 year of mentorship.
So we talk about kids, and I have a bright, young, fantastic boy, great in sport, great in school, great in his other activities. And the reason why I would brought to tears is you can see where if you try and do it all on your own, sometimes it won't work.
No.
Mom did a great job in getting her to come here.
To this point.
But she had to present herself in a way that allowed Dr. Yoba to bring her on stage, to then give her the opportunity for the entire audience to see her, to the point she got a standing O. And that's what life is.
Yes.
So yeah, that culminated what was a great weekend and showed the power of not just collaboration, not just being in the right room, not just participating, but actively participating in the right room and making use of all your opportunities.
Very much so. Talk about active participation, there is a beach closeout party that I'm not going to hold you from. But before I let you run off, I just want to ask you about what you're currently working on. What's the current project that is fueling your fire?
So CIBC First Caribbean is presenting ourselves as a bank of the future. We're actually building out our own tools internally to become the first true 100% omni-channel bank of the Caribbean. Meaning that if you want to go into a branch, you can go into the branch. If you want to do some transactions over the phone, we have that. If you want to be completely online, no human interaction, we have that. We've literally just built out the first iteration of our retail lending tool. And folks, I have to tell you, it really is cool. Our proof of concept is that we've already done quite a few, over 1,000 loans, with an average time from hello to the client getting funded in 7.5 minutes. That's 100% hello, I am Chris McFarlane. Here's what I would like. Here are some of my details. Here's my bank account. And the money is literally in the person's bank account in an average of just over 7 minutes. Where our record time now is about 2 minutes 59 seconds from hello to money in the bank. I'm pointing that out to say, it's a real good opportunity for us to say, well, CIBC is doing something great, mind-blowing, as you put it. What's more mind-blowing, and this is the whole thing that Tech Beach is about, we developed this 100% in-house. We did not buy any software. We did not license any software. We coded everything. Our design team did our own internal testing, our own external testing. Our UX UI team built the application, the interface, all the data points, all of the core system integrations, the APIs. We built our own client relationship manager just to handle the digital path that we're going down, which is different from a manual path, from a BAU path. 100% in-house. I would say about 85% of all the engineers, data engineers, data scientists, developers,
and all within this region.
82, I would say about 85% of them were from the region, Caribbean born, Caribbean bred.
Brava.
We're hiring our own, and that's a story that I think we need to make sure is told. Yes, we had help from other persons, but the core work was done by us, to the point where we've actually taken some of those specialists who had to come on in the beginning. They're no longer on the project, and everything that we're developing moving forward remains Caribbean built, Caribbean based, Caribbean. First Caribbean, CIBC First Caribbean is definitely making our mark in utilizing our own people to build our own tools to create a whole new world. And if you're talking, there's no other institution that will give you a loan in under 10 minutes, and this is for unsecured loan, which is what we have now.
Yes.
Motor vehicle loan, where you can get an approval in 5 to 10 minutes, or credit cards that you have instant access to once completed in under 10 minutes as well. So you can literally go on, apply, get a card. You get a virtual card. While you're waiting on your MasterCard Black, your Gold, your Platinum, while you're waiting on a physical card, you can now start shopping Amazon, Google, or any of their other partners that you have here tonight who have their thing. Go and use your virtual card, and they're all built in-house 100%. So,
you're really highlighting First and Caribbean, aren't you?
Yes. And that is our mantra. And you may see the excitement in me is because anybody can buy anything.
Yeah.
And as was said here, there's a lot of technology that's available that you can do it and off the shelf. We did this in under a year. From idea to proof of concept to MVP to version 1. We're now rolling out version 3 this week.
Which proves that it's possible.
And I mean, it's secure. It's following our business practices. And it's not available for all clients just yet, because we're still building it out. So it's a select set of clients who are getting it, because we also want to make sure that it doesn't, we have regulations, we have compliance, we have all. So we're trying to make sure that we don't overstep.
Right.
But the fact that this is a year in and we're here.
It's a big deal.
Come on, man.
It's a big deal. So
yeah.
if somebody needs to connect with you and wants to discuss this more with you, how can people reach you in this network?
So I want to be very true to the reason for Tech Beach. Tech Beach is a collaboration of like-minded people, but we need to make sure that we keep the Tech Beach side of things, the organizers that bring this together in the fore. I would say reach out. You're already on our platform, looking at the Tech Beach Retreat TBR
Yes.
things. Just reach out here and say, hey, I'd like to get in touch with Chris McFarlane, Akinola McLean from CIBC First Caribbean. One of us will, it will go through the team here, and you can definitely reach out to us. We're busy coding, we're busy building, we're doing a lot, but we definitely will reach out. Collaborations are very welcome. Sometimes all you need is information. We have some developments coming from CIBC First Caribbean to help grow and build new opportunities for new, young, or even some old entrepreneurs who want to come in. So, it's almost what's the saying? Watch this space.
Watch this.
There's a
space.
There's a lot that is happening. And before we cut off, because I know we're running out of light and we have beach party to go to.
I hope you can still see us, guys.
I want to say thank you very much for Kirk and Kyle, yourself, the entire fantastic team. You see people in the background running around, but what you're seeing coming out to you is the most professionally delivered conference I have ever been to, and I've been to a few.
Thank you.
The content was good. The audience was good, and the audience is us. I'm a part of the audience where you have like-minded people. The production value was beyond excellent. It was TED Talk. It's even better than TED Talk stuff, man. And speaking about doing local, we have one of the oldest, most prolific companies in Jamaica doing the production. I used to have a production company, so I understand what's going into there. And nobody may have said it, but phase 3, really good time, really good opportunity doing all of the production that you did. Your entire development team, the team that you just